We're gonna see. Okay, the Tyler the creating secret Chromakopia. Tyler the creator the GOAT. Anyways, let's jump on the original in the description. Hey.
Tyler just dropped his next full-length album, Chromakopia, accompanied by countless visuals of a masked version of himself donning a new haircut and a military uniform. He introduced us to a brand new aesthetic and a brand new style. With a fresh color palette and seemingly a different narrative tone, Chromakopia marks the beginning of a whole new world created by Tyler. But there's reason to believe that this isn't something completely brand new, but rather a continuation of a story he had been subtly telling us through his previous albums. And Tyler has been hiding this narrative in plain sight all along. Before we dive deeper into Chromakopia, it's important to recognize that Tyler is known for connecting his albums in ways many fans might overlook. There's a long-standing yet unofficial theory that his earlier works, Bastard, Goblin, and Wolf, form a trilogy that tells a cohesive story. This connection is intricate and nuanced, and while I won't delve into every detail, or else this video will be an hour long, the evidence supporting this theory is substantial, and I actually believe in its validity. Even if these albums aren't strictly a continuous narrative, Tyler has consistently presented reoccurring characters and themes across these projects, intentionally weaving them together and telling them a larger story. With Igor, Call Me If You Get Lost, and now Chromakopia, Tyler seems to be expanding on this concept, and in 2024 he emerges as a more focused artist, capable of developing his ideas with even greater depth than he had in 2010. Now let's explore this brand new trilogy and unpack how all these albums are interconnected.
What is an eSIM and how do I get
Released in 2019, Igor marks a pivotal moment in Tyler's discography. The album introduces us to a character deeply entrenched in themes of love, heartbreak, and identity. Tyler embodies this persona of Igor, a figure navigating the tumultuous waters of unrequited love and emotional turmoil. The entire album, song by song, takes you through an instant love connection that this character feels, ultimately completely falling for this person, which this infatuation turns him into this alternate persona, Igor, a version of Tyler that is so in love that he does things out of his normal character. His love interest is a man who Tyler wants him to love him back, but his pressing desire to rush their love turns him into Igor, ultimately ending with the song Are We Still Friends, as the relationship ends and they separate for good. At its core, Igor serves as a narrative of vulnerability. Tyler explores his feelings as he guides us through this relationship that turns him into someone else. And throughout this album, we witness Tyler's grappling with his desires and insecurities. Upon its release, it was a massive success both critically and commercially, and despite its best rap album win, it shouldn't be labeled as a rap album, as Tyler said himself. And after listening to it, most people thought it was a continuation of his sound after Flower Boy. However, soon after, we quickly learned that this is the start of something completely new.
Wait, I didn't see that nicely, bro.
Following this emotional journey of Igor, Tyler's Call Me If You Get Lost, which was released in 2021 narrative, here he adopts the persona of Tyler Baudelaire, a wealthy world traveler, but with a deep desire for love. The album is structured like a road trip, but this time he's a changed person from the story of Igor. Although this is a new persona, it's the same metaphor for himself, the real Tyler. Instead of dealing with this heartbreak he received from Igor, he masks it with money and experiences. But along with this, he finds a new love interest. But this one is even more messy than what we saw in Igor. He falls for the girlfriend of his close friend, and despite it being risky, he continues to pursue her, and with her promise to him that they just need to wait. As Tyler's friend starts to find out about the secret relationship, the girl breaks things off, and Tyler is left alone once again, but this time losing one of his closest friends in the process. The story seemed to be contained within this album. However, the last song on the deluxe, Sorry Not Sorry, had a special part in it that many people overlooked at the time of its release. In the music video, Tyler is very vulnerable about his past selves, apologizing for the things he's done, while a shirtless version of Tyler.
I need to listen to some of his songs, bro. Bro, the Chromakopia, 2 years is crazy. There's no way 2024 is 2 years, bro. That's crazy.
Past Tylers, one by one, until he kills off the main character of Call Me If You Get Lost, Tyler Baudelaire, who we know has his own issues. This shirtless version of Tyler could be this Saint Chroma version of Tyler in Chromakopia. Although nothing had been announced yet at the time, there was a subtle hint at the beginning. Bro. This person is wearing the same uniform seen in Chromakopia, which we wouldn't even know about until a year later. And like we see in the promotions for Chromakopia, Saint Chroma is a psychotic killer version of Tyler, and I believe doing this is Tyler's way of telling us that the story of this next album, Chromakopia, is a continuation of this arc of Igor, Call Me If You Get Lost, and now Chromakopia.
Yeah.
Tyler has now been through 2 toxic relationships. He finds himself a different person. His persona of Saint Chroma is a braggadocious but anxious version of Tyler. While the previous 2 albums are about a specific relationship, this album is about Tyler's interrelationship with himself. He's more vulnerable than ever, facing certain topics that he's never addressed in his music. And like the last 2 albums, this story also has a narrator. While Igor had Gerard Carmichael and Call Me If You Get Lost had DJ Drama, this one is bookended by narrations from his own mother, which is fitting for such an introspective, vulnerable album about self-growth. While Tyler is constantly searching for answers in partners, material items, or experiences, he comes back to the person who knows him best.
Bro, I like how characters were, and he dropped last year. Don't Stop the Glass, yeah. And then what? The next album gonna be, I don't know, Chromakopia too? No,
the light versus darkness, both figuratively and literally. We see Saint Chroma blowing up mysteriously masked characters as the scenes go from dimmed, desaturated versions of the world to a colorful, saturated version. We open with Tyler's mother saying, "You are the light. It's not on you, it's in you. Don't you ever in your motherfucking life dim your light for nobody." And the chorus is, "Can you feel the light inside?" Setting the tone for this album, ultimately finding your inner truth and happiness, or your light. And we'll see it represented many more times as we go through it. Even way back in Igor, we can see this light being referenced as some type of ominous thing that Tyler's trying to get to. What this light actually is, I think, is different for everyone. It's an inner growth or an acceptance thing that we're all trying to search for. But for Tyler's specific case, his is shown out throughout the entire album. After this intro, we go into the first part of the album being Tyler, or Saint Chroma, delving into his fears and insecurities. Ratata, he delves into braggadocious Tyler. He doesn't let anyone tell him anything and is speaking through his ego, even if he's also speaking truths. It's fitting that this is one of the few songs where his mother is not present. This seamlessly gets us into Noid and Darling I, where Tyler reveals his inability to trust people and his inability to settle down with people he loves. The album continues with him divulging personal stories of unplanned pregnancy, his relationship with his natural hair, and a love interest who sent him a letter telling her that she had died.
Yo, bro, how he does his hair like that, bro? Like, is that a wig? Because, bro, there's no way his hair is like, he just, like, separated, bro.
Died of terminal cancer. A huge part of this first half of this album is him coming to terms with relationships in his life, specifically settling down and starting a family as he gets older. He's battling with this desire to not commit to just one person, but also deep desires to be a father, which is something he's repeatedly hinted at this entire album, and it's even shown in the Noid music video, and he even referenced it way back in Call Me If You Get Lost as well. This could be one of, or the main light he's searching for inside of him. The album reaches its biggest turning point on Take Your Mask Off, where Tyler is talking about certain people faking their personas. It's not super clear who these are exactly about, but one story is about a fake gangster, a gay priest, and a woman who regrets settling down. But this isn't just the first time. Even way back in Igor, he was telling the man he was with to take his mask off. But with all his finger pointing, Tyler is forced to turn towards himself after his mother interjects after the third verse saying, "Keep that shit 100 with yourself. You don't have to wear a costume. You don't have to lie to kick it." Tyler then reveals his insecurities about age, career success, and his relationships. This is the moment where Tyler finds his light. He removes the mask and the color is introduced back into his world. He finds out the problems are within and is ready to open up and be honest with himself. And now maskless and ready to take his light, Tyler goes into the song Tomorrow, a deep and honest song about getting older. He's honest about his insecurities about not starting a family despite his age. Very reminiscent of the Pinocchio story by Kanye, where he has all the success but something is missing. Tyler then digs into the relationship with...
Bro, his songs like the Chromakopia is it's like remind me of 80s type song, you know? Like the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Far into this, but with Tyler, nothing is really off the table, especially with colors. This album can be interpreted so many different ways. One thing that I know is true is that Tyler's mom is guiding him through this process as he looks for his light. What exactly is Tyler's light is up for interpretation. It could be fatherhood, it could be finding love, or it could be even he's turning into his father. But I also think that's partially intentional. Finding inner peace isn't about resolving one thing. It could be applied to anything that's going on in your life, and everyone has their own version of that. And I think that's why Saint Chroma was exploding these shipping containers. I think it's more of a metaphor for killing off things that dim your light. But no theory is technically wrong. If you have any other theories or things you noticed that I didn't mention, please let me know. I just love this album from the first listen, and anytime Tyler drops, it's fun to dissect the message. What did you think of this album? Did you love it? Did you hate it? If you enjoyed this video, please drop...
But yeah, I might record some tomorrow after work, because today is late. But yeah, peace.